Straws, single-use bags, disposable utensils, and food packaging. These are all products that can be found in restaurants, stores, and homes. These are the plastic products we rely on for our convenience in day-to-day life. But these are also the products that are harming the environment, the products that are slowly taking over the land we live on. The trash that is seen laying on the highways and the sidewalks, consuming what once was grass, is not trash. It is misused plastics. This trash is the products entangling marine life and the products taking over the land. With the excessive misuse of plastic, plastic is becoming a silent killer of Earth. Together, the abundant amount of plastic and its improper disposal has led to marine life becoming entangled in these products, ingesting chemicals harmful to their living and an overflow in landfills. It shows that various policy changes like taxation, regulation of industries, and limitation of circulation can reduce plastic pollution. Plastic is in a lot of products, and many fail to see its excessive use. Plastic has become a commodity to many. Since plastic is so versatile, there are widespread of environmental threats, especially with black plastics. Black plastics are more sustainable and strong, meaning they are harder to break down and live a longer life, causing more environmental problems. Even though plastic is used often, it is barely recycled. And when plastic is recycled, it can still end up in landfills and the ocean. There is already an excessive amount of plastic in landfills that 40% of our plastic waste is not accounted for. The plastics and trash are too hard to differentiate. In addition to plastic consuming landfills, plastic is being pushed into the ocean because of plastic's excessive use. Since plastics are being pushed into the ocean, it is seen that the amount of plastic in the ocean is set to double from 9 million tons in 2015 to 18 million tons in 2025. Although recycling seems to be the answer, recycling is less effective because other countries are no longer buying plastics from the U.S. With the U.S.'s overseas trading, plastic pollution is easy to accumulate, which has led to countries cutting back on plastic. Many European Union countries have noticed excessive plastic in their landfills and have stopped buying. In addition to European Union countries cutting back, China has also noticed negative effects on the U.S. recycling industry. The Chinese looked further into the problem to realize our recycled materials were not clean enough, and they now wind up in landfills. With plastic being too dirty to recycle, the Chinese no longer see a point in buying our recycled materials. Since the U.S. plastic products are no longer recyclable and end up in the ocean, marine life is being directly affected. In a video with British diver Rich Horner, it shows his dive, and under the surface there is plastic everywhere. In every direction he looks, he cannot tell the difference between fish or plastic. This goes to show that the plastics are so consuming and marine life is losing their habitat. Adding on to the loss of habitat, the plastics are causing entanglement. In a Netflix movie, A Plastic Ocean, the opening scene is a seal with a plastic can connector around its neck bleeding, and he cannot escape on his own. The animals are helpless against the all-consuming plastic. Also, in a video by Christine Figner, a marine biologist, there is a turtle with a straw stuck in its nose. The straw being stuck goes to show that marine animals' overall lifestyle is being affected, causing a decrease in their health and the activities that they can do. The video also goes to show how differently plastic entanglement can affect all animals. Furthermore, death from ingestion of plastics is less likely than entanglement, but it is still relevant. With the ingestion of plastics, there are lots of chemicals that follow. Crude oil is found in about 80% of marine litter and is highly toxic. When crude oil is ingested, the animal's digestive tract is damaged, preventing them from getting food. In order to save marine life and the earth, a government taxation on plastic bags reduces the amount in society. Plastic bags are one of the most used single plastics from grocery stores to restaurants, but their harm is never seen as severely as it truly is. In reality, plastic bags are very hard to break down, especially when they are in the ocean. Looking into countries that have already implemented the plastic bag tax, like Denmark, there is a significant reduction in their use. The tax was first implemented in 1993, and now Danes only use about 4 plastic bags a year. Also, European nations implemented the tax later on, and since then there's been a 90% reduction in their plastic bag use. In more recent years, Chicago has decided to implement the tax. Since then, according to Rumpenthal, Chicagoans use 1.8 bags per trip instead of 2.3. While the decrease is not as dramatic, it still goes to show it cut back because of the tax. It is very clear that implementing a tax for plastic bags reduces their presence in society. Another policy change is limiting the plastic in circulation to decrease plastic in landfills. About 70% of plastic is lost, burned, or landfilled, which leads to more products needing to get made and more that will end up in the ocean. It is clear that plastic is lost easily, so therefore less plastic in circulation limits the amount getting misplaced. The last policy change to reduce plastic pollution is to regulate the chemicals in plastic. Since plastics contain so many chemicals, they are no longer biodegradable. Therefore, if hazardous chemicals were reduced, products would be more eco-friendly and are less likely to end up in the ocean harming marine life. While policy changes with plastic are drastic, they are the most beneficial. They are the easiest to implement in businesses and stores through taxation and fees. There is no getting around the contract. But there are also steps that individuals can take in order to cut back their own plastic pollution and make a difference. As individuals, we need to realize how harmful single-use plastics truly are. Switching over to Tupperware, reusable water bottles, brown bags instead of plastic dramatically decrease plastic landfilling and marine litter. With these changes in mind, the ocean becomes a more livable place again for its animals. In conclusion, plastic is Earth's silent killer. With recycling losing its effectiveness, plastic policies and the plastic itself needs to change. There needs to be less plastic in circulation and have a more negative outlook. If marine life and the ocean are a part of our future, each person needs to eliminate plastic in a new way.